about Chicago.
Yes.
Our people know how to work.
Yeah.
We know how to make it work. Well, my mom always says, you take what you got, you make what you can. Atlanta, respectfully, okay? Every street does not have to be Peachtree.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And then not to mention, because y'all can't really do.
Yeah.
I take life lessons. I take all the different things I've picked up watching other people, YouTube, taking classes, all these different things. And I produce something that other people enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Every Day is a Yay! Woo! Y'all, today we are with a true light, okay? Actor, comedian, and speaker, and all-around powerhouse. Her blend of humor and authenticity makes her a standout in the entertainment history. And y'all, she's worked with big brands like Hulu, Disney, Black Magic, and Unival. Y'all, get ready for this. Get ready for this. We're going to talk about resilience and using humor to light the way. Give it up for a big yay welcome to Christal Luster! How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yay.
I'm glad here to be here with you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So you are such an icon, and I want you to tell us more about you.
Well, what can I say about myself? I am a total goofball.
Period. But I'm chow.
You know, I love it though. I come from an entrepreneurial background. So, you know, if you are familiar with the Luster family, Luster's Pink Oil, Luster's S-Curl, that's my family in the Chicagoland area. And then my father was the first S-Curl man. He worked for his brother, Freddie Luster, who started Luster Products. And then my parents started our company, which is called Essations. And we manufacture hair and skincare products as well. So I'm part owner of that. And from there, I kind of went on this marketing journey alongside my singing career. So I'm also a musician and a songwriter and a singer. And then from there, singing led me into acting. And acting led me into comedy. And comedy led me into content creation and the mental health space. And that's kind of how I got here. So, yeah.
Y'all, isn't she amazing? And also I'm so excited just to dig into how your roots got you to where you at, but also your resilience as well. So I'm so excited to dive in.
Okay.
We're going to talk about finding the light in hustle culture. But before we dive in, I have a very special section. Drum roll, please. We got some down with a smile.
I'm smiling so hard. Yay.
So in this section, you're going to pick a question, any question.
Okay.
And the goal is to bring a smile to you
Ooh.
and to our audience.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
All right.
What's she going to pick?
All right. I got one.
Okay.
Did I read it out loud?
Yeah, read it out loud.
What's the most interesting place you've ever visited? And if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Ooh, the most interesting place I've ever visited. Honestly, probably has to be Dubai.
Ooh, tell me more.
Okay.
I've heard amazing things.
So I haven't been to Dubai in a long time.
Yeah.
But I went when I was 8 years old.
Ooh, okay.
My parents were on a business trip. Like I said before, my parents are entrepreneurs. And so they were on a business trip. They had to be gone for a week.
Yeah.
And all of my siblings were kind of out of the house. And so they took me with them, and we made it an educational experience. I got all of my homework, which was not fun as a kid, but whatever. I got all of my homework to do. And it was the most interesting experience that I've ever been on. I had this really long flight, and that didn't go super well because, I'm a little kid and trapped in a plane for several hours.
It's 8-year-old you was no, I'm not ready.
Yeah, it was I'm not feeling this. But when we got there, I think the best part was the safari.
Ooh.
In the desert. We got stuck on a sand dune, so that was scary and fun. I rode a camel and almost fell off.
Dang!
How
do you ride a camel though?
So they start off on their on the ground with their legs bent.
Oh.
And then you get on while they're sitting or laying or however that is.
Wow.
My issue was that I did not know that they get up hind legs first.
Okay.
And so when he stood up back legs first, I was perpendicular to the ground, and I flew off. This old guy that was standing nearby grabbed me by the shirt and put me back down and was like, hold on. I said, okay. And so,
Dang.
yeah, so he got up and we rode around, and then I got to hold an owl on my arm.
Dang.
I got a henna tattoo. And this belly dancer was flirting with my dad, so I had to, put her in check. But
okay, period.
It was a great experience. Like, I will never forget that trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sand dunes, camel, owl,
henna tattoo. Put the lady in check. Yeah.
All at 8?
All at 8. It was crazy. Right. Now, if I could go anywhere in the world where I would go, that's hard because there are a lot of places that I want to go.
Yeah.
But I have always wanted to go to the Grecian islands.
Where are the Grecian islands?
In Greece.
Oh, so that's why it's called
right, the Grecian islands.
My bad. I just say some islands don't sound like the way they are. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
No. So I've always wanted to go to the Grecian islands because it just looks so beautiful and romantic. And in my mind, like, okay, I'm a hopeless romantic. So I just
my God, tell me.
When I go to places, I be like, it look like I could fall in love here. So that's, until I be, booed up or whatever. Like that's how I be feeling when I be traveling. I'm like, where could I fall in love?
Oh my
This place right here.
I'm thinking about like all the movies with Grease too. Like,
See?
And it's always romantic.
It's always romantical.
Okay, see, coolest place I've been to. It's a tie. Cause like one is like cool / wholesome, and that was Nigeria. Cause like I hadn't been there since I was born, so like it was just nice to like come back and just see the culture, but also to like feel like, okay, this is me, this is my people. Like I remember when we got off the airport and we were just driving, girls were getting their hair braided like under trees, and so it was like so nice. Got to be with family. There's this dish called suya, so like it's like street food, but it's like flat steak. But when they like grill it for you, ooh. When I tell you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So that was cool, but I feel like that's a cool and wholesome. And then a cool that was just like cool because it was like, like a movie.
Yeah.
Thailand.
Ah.
So I was there, I think like 2019. So Thailand and Nigeria were kind of close to each other. So we're going to still say Thailand. Thailand was just cool because we went to all these different places. So we went to like Phuket Island. So we, like the typical thing where you can like go scuba diving and all that stuff. And that was cool. Then we went to Bangkok. So Bangkok was kind of like a New York, but it was over there. And then there was also... It's something district, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but there was just let's just say a lot of things are going on.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going on.
Okay.
And also Chiang Mai, that's where we were riding elephants and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, so,
okay.
No, not riding. Petting. Because I would remember.
Right.
Petting. So that was cool, and then where do I want to go? Greece is cool. Where do I want to go? Dubai is cool too.
I really want to go back to Dubai because it's totally different now. They were just starting to build Dubai up when I went.
Yeah.
And I want to see what it looks like now. So, and I also, I was going to say Africa is where I but I don't, there's so many places. So that's why I didn't want to like just say one. I want to go to like the Grecian Islands because that's like one place.
Yeah.
But like, I have a significant following in Africa, specifically South Africa.
That's what I was literally, why was I thinking South Africa?
Yeah. And it's like crazy because I don't know where they came from, but I'm like, welcome, and they welcome me.
Look, they love you. Like, they love you so, Christal.
They do, and I would really love to go to like Cape Town. I've heard Cape Town is really beautiful.
Cape Town would be so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we should go to Cape Town.
Let's go to Cape Town.
Okay, period.
Listen, I got a suitcase in the car right now.
Okay, let's go.
My passport is valid.
Okay.
Like, I'm ready.
Look, okay.
Who want to fly us out? We're looking for sponsors.
Period.
We can, every day is a in Africa.
Come on. Come on, spread the joy.
International.
Period.
We're global, baby. I'm just saying. I'm ready. Always stay ready.
Look. And that's the Goblin of Smile. Yes. Okay, Christal.
Yes, ma'am.
You are fresh off the plane.
I sure am, girl. Don't worry. I showered before I got over here.
Okay, great.
Yes. I am fresh off the plane, though.
Period.
That smell good.
Look. How are you feeling? You were at What's Funny Comedy Fest. How was that?
What's Funny was fantastic. Shout out to Lil Real Howery and Knowledge for putting that on, for giving something back to Chicago. I feel like I might be biased, but Chicago is the greatest city in the world.
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
We got the best everything, the best skyline, the best food, the best artists, the best music, the best, like, we got the best people, everything. It's the best everything. And to see these people who have built these careers and who are known globally to come back and pour into the city, because I feel like Chicago doesn't get enough love in the entertainment industry. It deserves better.
It does.
And to have this week-long comedy fest, I went to so many shows. I met so many comedians. Yes. And I think the highlight for me was just having known comedians come up to me and be like, girl, you are so funny. And I was like, oh, thank you.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, you've been following me. That's how you know.
I'm going to tell you, though, she's hilarious. Like, literally always on my timeline. And your reaction videos, I'm like, girl.
Girl, I don't have no sense. That's all it is.
But it's
That's
amazing. It's funny.
But what's Funny Fest was fantastic. Yeah. I'm so grateful that I was able to go there and cover it. I got some interviews that I'll be putting out and sharing, but I got to meet some of my favorite comedians. I got to meet Sherry Shepherd.
Okay, how was that? Because we all saw that and we're like, dang. And for me, I'm like, but this makes sense because you belong here. Notice they all
make me cry. I got some tissue. Okay.
We do.
Listen, meeting Sherry Shepherd was unreal, honestly. Yeah. First of all, she is the sweetest person. Yeah. And that is my favorite thing when you meet celebrities who are actually kind.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily consider myself a celebrity, although I do get recognized a lot. It's weird. It's weird for me to say that, but I do get recognized a lot. And even at What's Funny Fest, I had two people come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, I follow you. I'm so excited to meet you. Yes. And it's so funny because people get like nervous because they don't know how you're going to act. Yeah. And I just be like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Thank you so much for following me.
That's how I felt from you at XL Fest. Like, you were just so nice. And I'm like,
because I know that without support of people who are watching my content and sharing it and booking me and different things like that, like, I wouldn't be where I am. And people are my why. Making a difference is my why. So if I'm able to make a day a yay, if I'm able to, bring a smile to someone's face through what I do, then it's worth it. And so that's what keeps me going on those days when I don't want to. Yeah. And so she was that same way. She spoke life into me. I was telling her, she was asking me like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to have my own show. She started like speaking. She said, yes, we're already declaring it. It's going to happen. I was just like, Sherry
that's amazing.
So yeah, it was great. It was great.
So on that line of humor, how did you kind of tap into that and realize like that was a way to really connect to your audience and also continue to bring more light out of you?
So, my name is Christal Luster. My parents were very intentional with naming me Christal Luster.
Exactly.
And my sister Stephanie, because she will have my head if I don't say she's the one who picked my name.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Okay. That's so funny.
I've always felt like this need to be, a light. Yeah. And when I was younger, like I have like decade stages. So the first decade of life, I did dance. I was a praise dancer for 10 years.
That I can see that. Yeah. Yes.
And my nickname on the praise dance team was Smiley because I would always be smiling so much. And it was just like people would come up to me like, oh, you just brighten up my day, yada, yada, yada. And then I did singing. I was a worship leader for 10 years. And so, I would get that same kind of feedback like, oh, your voice just brings me to tears. It just makes me feel happy and all these things.
Her voice is beautiful, y'all. Like, seriously.
Thank you. I got to go sing right after this. Okay, period. And so I think where the comedy came in, right? So whenever anybody asks me what I do from a content creator perspective, from an influencer perspective, I always say that I am a mental health advocate who uses comedy to cope. That's the best way that I can kind of package that. And so 8 years ago, almost to the day, it'll be 8 years next week. Wow. My sister Karen passed away. Oh, and it was very sudden. She was my best friend. Wow. And, it's crazy how it happened. We found out September 11th of 2016 that she had cancer and she died October 3rd. Wow. And, what I used to do for her, so there was an 18-year gap between us, but we were like this. She was like me, but 20 years later. Wow. And so I used to make it my goal every day to make her laugh because she had the best laugh. Oh. And so I would do what I do online to her. I would send her memes or send her videos and then stand over her shoulder and do commentary to just make her laugh more. Oh my goodness. So when she passed away, you know, I was lost in the sauce for about a year.
Of course,
and I
that's
started
grief.
going back to therapy and learning how to grieve a little bit better. And I started, you know, seeing the funny videos or whatever. And then I started doing reaction videos during the pandemic.
Wow.
And I kind of had that same feeling. You know, people would message me and say, man, it feels like I'm talking to my best friend.
Yes.
Or it feels like, you know, this one guy had messaged me and was like, yeah, you know, my mom passed away and this is what we would do. And I feel like I'm kind of talking to her. And it did something for me. It was cathartic because I'm like, I get to keep doing what I love to do with her, but share it with the world now.
She'd be proud of you. Like I can see her, I can feel her presence being like, keep doing it.
And that's how I got here. That's how I got started. And it opened up a world for me that I didn't even know existed. I never knew that I wanted to be an actor. I never knew that I wanted to do comedy. I had a very tiny, on the inside, little secret, like, man, it would be really cool if I did stand-up comedy one day.
Wow.
And I had a video go viral online, and next thing I know, it would have been her 50th birthday. We were planning to go to Vegas. Me, my sister, and our best friend were planning to go to Vegas to celebrate for her.
Yeah.
And this female comedian, Sarah, she, what is it? Sarah Hester Ross, I think is how her 3 names. Anyway, I had been following her for a long time. She's a huge creator. She does musical comedy. And she messaged me and she was just like, hey, are you going to be in Vegas anytime soon? I said, oh, I actually have a trip planned. She said, oh, I want you to do my show that week. I'd never told anybody I wanted to do stand-up. And the first time I did stand-up was in Vegas for my sister's birthday, which was crazy. Yeah. Serendipitous. So that's how I got here.
Let's just take a moment, because even just knowing the origin story, like, that just means it's just such a clear sign that you're living in your purpose.
Yeah.
And it's always that thing that's deep down that's
tucked
really,
away. Yep.
That's your path.
Yep.
That's your path. And then just seeing how you've touched so many people. Even when I see you on my timeline, I'm like, okay, yeah, girl, that's hilarious. Like, there's so much light that you're bringing to the world.
Thank you.
So now let's dive into like the business of it, right? So you've been always wearing so many different hats, especially even before you tapped into comedy.
Yeah.
How were you able to turn it into a career? Like, were you always like, I'm going to be a full-time business person? Did you ever consider corporate? Like, walk me through that.
So I think everybody who goes to college considers corporate at some point, because that was kind of the path, especially as millennials. You know, the whole idea was you go to college, you get your degree, you get a job. And so when I graduated Columbia College, alumni.
Okay, shout out.
When I graduated, I was on an interview circuit, and I was down to, it was between me and this one other guy to work for the Chicago Symphony. And I didn't get it because I didn't have any experience. And I was like, respectfully, how do I get experience without a job?
Exactly. It's a cycle.
The cycle.
It's like you need experience to get
the job, but I need a job to get the experience. The math is not matching.
Exactly.
And I know I went to an art school, but what we doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, after that, I worked for 10 years at my family's business as the marketing and online sales director. So I worked with Karen. Karen was the marketing director, but when she passed, that gauntlet got given to me. And I basically had the front row seat of learning the ins and outs of running a business from the ground up. And I'd been born into it.
That's why I was like curious. Like, what is it like already coming from a family that has already built their own empire?
So there's a couple things that come with that. One, you don't do well working for others.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you see what the life is.
And it's not necessarily like I don't take orders well. I'm very, very good at that. That's not the issue. I've had jobs where I worked for other people, and it's quite frankly a lot easier because at the end of the day, I clock out because it's not my business.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's the idea that I understand. I specialize in efficiency. How can I make this more efficient? That was kind of my role in the company. Was I'm a problem solver. So I'm thinking, well, that's not my department, but what if you did X, Y, Z, and this can make this work more efficiently, which would filter into this one, and now everybody is working, and it's synergy.
Yes.
And so that was kind of my role in the family's business. And coming from that, it makes it difficult because you're always looking at how to improve something. But when you work for somebody else, your voice is, you do your job, and that's kind of where you sit. And you also think about legacy. So I grew up in a very legacy focused family.
Yes.
Because that's what entrepreneurship is. You know, you have these generations of people who are affected by this business, who are supported by this business.
Yeah.
And so I think that really colored what I wanted to do. And because I know how to do so much, I understand the accounting behind it. I understand cost of goods sold. I understand the marketing strategies. I understand how to build an e-commerce site.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Though. Like you have all this tool set. So it sets you up for success to build your own.
Yes. And so in 2018, I started my own company, Christal Clear Productions, LLC.
Period. Christal Clear Productions.
LLC.
Okay.
And I started offering photography and videography and a little bit of graphic design and some brand consulting to clients because that was around the time, like the mid 2010s, is when there was a big push for social media marketing.
Yes.
And so my family, you know, with the heads being boomers, they were just like, oh, magazine. I'm like, nobody's reading magazines anymore. We got to get on social media. You know, we need, they're like mailers. No. Yeah. Social. And no one knew how to do it. And I was the youngest. So I started figuring it out because nobody could see my vision.
Yeah.
You know, you like get something up here and you don't necessarily know how to communicate it in a way that other people can adapt. And so I
you
started.
Have to just like lead the way.
You got to just lead the way.
Exactly.
So I picked up a camera, which I've always been obsessed with cameras. I used to collect them as a kid. And that's a little nugget. And
we love the nuggets,
you know,
okay, y'all.
And I started learning how to use Adobe Suite and Premiere Pro, and I started, you know, playing around with cameras. So I started out with Canon. Now I shoot with Sony. I just got into it and I started doing it for the company. Then other people started noticing, so they wanted me to do it for them. Yeah. And so I do still shoot clients. I've done weddings. I have a drone. I've traveled for weddings. I've done portrait sessions. Like I do all kinds of stuff. And then I did stuff for myself. So I shot my own music videos. I've shot my own shorts. Like I've done a bunch of different things. I just love, you know, digital storytelling.
I just want you to hear yourself because you seriously are so multi-talented. And literally, like, I just see so many big things for you to continue to come your way because there's no way. You are way too gifted to not be receiving blessings. Like,
oh man, I like the way you think because sometimes I be feeling like a Hebrew Jamaican out here. Just, you know, I'm going to work. What we doing today? Work.
But when it comes, it's going to rain.
Yes.
It's going to pour.
I got my rain boots, Lord. I'm ready.
Right.
Eyes ready.
Look.
But yes, I kind of, the business part of it, to make this long story a little bit longer, it just kind of set me up to understand the grind and the hustle. And again, I think that's another thing that's very special about Chicago.
Yes.
Our people know how to work. Yeah. We know how to make it work. What my mom always says, you take what you got, you make what you can. So in the times where I couldn't afford to hire someone to take pictures of me, I got me a timer and a tripod and I went do.
Yes.
And I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of the stuff that y'all see on my social media. 95% of it is me. Wow. It's the team of me. And same thing with adding like music to stuff. So if I needed something, one thing I used to always say is that a lack of resources breeds creativity. If you don't got it, get creative. Make it, figure it out. And so that's really what it's taught me. And I think I'm very grateful to my family's business because to be in manufacturing, you literally take raw materials and you formulate something. You use chemistry, you use science, you formulate something to create an end product that helps other people. And I feel like that's what I do. I take life lessons. I take all the different things I've picked up watching other people, YouTube, taking classes, all these different things. And I produce something that other people enjoy and consume. And so, yeah, that's how business has really helped me structure everything.
Yeah. Man, I'm like taking notes. Like, so you touched on something, which is why I also love Chicago. Like, we are hustlers. And I love what you said. Like, when you have a lack of resources, it breeds creativity. How has like Chicago impacted your journey?
Man, again, just that Chicago mentality, we work. We are not shy to do labor, to figure it out, to get creative, to make something. We're such a creative city. And, you have some of your favorite artists, singers, comedians, blues players, jazz players, dancers, filmmakers, like so many of your favorite people that you watch come out of this city. So many. And so I am very inspired by our city. Same. Even the architecture. I feel like beautiful. The layout, it's so, I consider myself I don't like necessarily saying type A, but I am a little type A.
It's okay. We can embrace it.
You know what I'm saying? And you think about the layout of Chicago. When I go to other cities, Atlanta, respectfully, okay? Every street does not have to be Peachtree.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then not to mention, because y'all can't really drive like that.
See, I'm not saying this. I'm
just saying. But it go like this. It's an 8. And I'm like, Chicago is a grid.
It's a grid.
You know what I'm saying?
You can navigate it.
The only loop you got are the loops that take you into different areas of the city. But other than that, it is a grid. If I'm on, Michigan, I know the next street gonna be Wabash, and the next street after that gonna be State. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can see it.
You can see it. It is a grid. It's a layout. It's neat. You know what I'm saying? When you get your braids and you got a neat grid, that's how I feel about Chicago.
I love that.
And so for me, I feel like that has helped me be a very successful creator.
Yeah.
Because I get a grid going and I know how to, I need to do this on this day and this and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it all come together and I can gather myself like a good ponytail and keep on bouncing down the street.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I feel you on just like the way Chicago's set up. What I love about Chicago is collaboration.
Yeah.
Like the way we're able just to work together and like lift each other up. That's literally how this show exists and how I met everyone here. Like it's all about us. Like how can we work together to make something special?
Yeah.
So around collaboration, who's kind of like supported you or what do you call your dream team?
Oh, yeah. I have to give a major shout out to my bro Gio.
Yes.
Gio Johnson has been such a godsend in this season. We help each other with self-tapes. We collaborate on a lot of content. He helps me edit. Yeah. I'll help him edit. We shoot each other different things that we have going on. So he's been a godsend in this season for sure. And then there are a couple other people that are just now coming into the mix that I'm excited to work with. A couple photographers. I just did a shoot with Chan Smith, who is a Chicago native. She's amazing.
Yes. Okay, we love the representation.
Yeah,
okay, good news for our women.
I love it. And then there's a team, Zumble. I have to give a shout out to Zumble too. So I've done a few films with Zumble. Jason Gray and his brother Rick, and they're fantastic. They do very 90s themed everything. They have card games, but they also do films and stuff like that. And so their team, always from Chicago. And it's just a quality Black excellence type of experience to work with, and I love that. So they inspire me. I've worked with Jason a couple times and like asked him for advice on scripts that I've written. Like it's been really great. And then I have a good friend, Shatira McCrae, who's an actor and also a filmmaker.
Nice.
Working with her several times on projects and stuff like that. It's been great. So yeah, there are definitely Chicago people here that are fantastic that I've worked with in the past and that I look forward to working with in the future.
Shout out to Chicago.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shout out to Chicago.
Like, okay, so you wear so many hats, and I'm so curious from like entrepreneur to entrepreneur, how do you go about decision making and priorities? Like where it's like, hey, I want to tackle all these segments of what I do. Like, how do you prioritize? How do you plan things out?
I make lists.
Yes.
I am a list maker. I make lists on my phone. A lot of times I got to write it out. If I write it out, I see it because the satisfaction that comes from taking my pen and going like this. Zip.
I know that's right.
Okay.
I know that's right.
I almost need a cigarette after that. I don't even smoke.
Look.
Zip.
It's just like
it is wonderful. Okay. It is climatic. You know what I'm saying? Is that the word? I don't know.
No, that's right. Climatic.
It is climatic. It is wonderful because I have so much to do.
Yeah.
All the time. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like don't get it twisted. I am a little overwhelmed and I'm tired most of the time because I do so much on my own. And that's the thing. Like I appreciate opportunities like this to share and to just continue to get it out there that I am available for hire and to book because
y'all booked her yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
You see this talent?
Stop. And the reason why is I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I think sometimes people forget that, entertainers, yes, we get the spotlight, but we still have to pay the bills. Yeah. And it's like, people be like, oh, can you come through? Like, we'll make sure that you eat. Respectfully, I'm not that hungry.
Exactly.
I just need to pay my rent.
My value.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I need to pay my rent, actually.
Yes.
I need to pay my car note. And so I do work a lot, and I really am thankful for everything that God has done for me and all of the doors that have been opened. And I'm looking forward to all of the seeds that I've planted to return so that I can employ people and have a team that can come and eat too. Because I believe, again, going back to that Chicago mentality, I believe paying people what they're worth.
Yeah.
You know, and so like if I can't afford you right now, not right now, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna circle back. But I just want to make sure that like I'm able to be a blessing to other people, because it's
so we
not
can
just
all go up.
You know what I'm saying? If it's enough room at the table for everybody to eat, and if I'm eating, you should be eating too.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So
come on now.
Right now, I just try to stay organized by making lists and prioritizing those lists, making sure that I'm doing what is pertinent. You know, there are deadlines. If I'm working with a brand or something, I have to prioritize that, prioritize who's paying, and you know, then kind of go from there. But yeah, I make lists and I give myself grace.
Yeah,
that's the biggest lesson that I have been learning lately is to give myself grace.
Yeah, man, come on now, y'all, like. Period. So you've talked about, you know, like, okay, especially when you're working with brands, how do you maintain like your authenticity and your core pillars so you can still be you, but still make sure like you're having a dope collaboration with these folks?
So the biggest thing about collaborating with brands as an influencer is that they want to work with you because you have an audience, and you have an audience because your audience trusts and value your voice. And so I can't alter that. Otherwise the content and the contract are going to suffer. Yeah. And so I'm always making sure whenever a brand approaches me, I'm looking at how can I fit their messaging into my overall brand. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we create a marriage essentially for this content that is going to be beneficial for both audiences, but prioritizing my audience because they want my audience. You know what I'm saying? So like, I look at if it's a good fit, you know, I'm very light, I'm very family friendly. Yeah. And so like, I probably would not do a collaboration with a gun range. It's probably not something that I would do. Now, I'm not opposed to gun ranges, but it just doesn't fit my brand. It doesn't fit.
It has to be something that's like uplifting. Like I think about Disney and Hulu. I'm like, okay, happy, joy, entertainment.
And it's not always happy. Yeah. Because like, for example, one of my favorite collaborations that actually did really well, working with Hulu, I did a collaboration for Reasonable Doubt, which is it's a drama.
That's a
drama. It is a juicy drama.
Yes.
And for my particular collaboration, I talked about how the lead character Jax is kind of going through in her marriage to Lewis, and they are in therapy. And in therapy during the season or the episode that I was talking about, Jax talks about how Lewis gave her an ultimatum, and I recant how I got an ultimatum from my ex-husband. Wow. And you know, talking about divorce, talking about marriage problems, like those things are not easy and they're not fun. Yeah. But I think the thing about my platform and my brand is that yes, it's lighthearted, yes, it's fun, but it's authentic. And so I am very transparent with my audience, and I make sure to share. It's not always smiles. Yeah. It's not always fun. Everybody asks me, well, how do you're always in such a good mood? No, I'm not.
No, look, no, I'm not. You're seeing the good mood.
You see the good news.
But you don't know what's behind this.
You know, I batch record. So when I have I have that energy, when I have that joy, you know, I'm gonna capitalize on that. I optimize that, because I know that there are days, like I said, I'm a mental health advocate who uses comedy to cope. There are days where I am feeling down because I deal with a high functioning depression. So I can push stuff out, but I'm sad. Yeah. You know, or I deal with anxiety. Yeah. So in those moments, I have to optimize my time. Yeah. And, you know, create when I have the energy to, because there are some days I can't get out of bed. And I share that with my audience because it's real. People trust authenticity. Yeah. And so I look at that, you know, as long as it's something that people can walk away from and feel like they got something of value. Exactly. That's what I care about. So it may not be, oh, this is going to make me happy, but will this make me feel something? Exactly. Will this better my life? Will this challenge me? Will this make me grow? Will this, you know, provide some type of efficiency? That's what it means to me when I'm working with a brand. And so as long as it aligns and I can do it in a way that's going to speak to my audience, it's a win-win.
So you know what? You tapped into some days aren't easy. Yeah. And people just see the joy, but you keep it real. Yeah. What supports you when you're having those days? Like, how do you push through?
Go to therapy.
Therapy's amazing.
Go to therapy.
It's amazing.
Go to therapy. Yeah. I cannot stress that enough. Shout out to my therapist. I love her so much because she knows that I would just be, I might not be here. I'm not going to lie. There are a few times that I have definitely been suicidal.
Wow.
And I thank God for my therapist. I journal a lot.
Good.
That's how I actually landed my partnership with Uniball, talking about pens, because I talk about journaling. I journal a lot. I journal often. I journal when I don't feel like it, but it's a way to self-regulate.
Yeah.
I've also started kind of getting into grounding.
Wow.
Just to kind of bring myself back into my body. Shout out to Disney again and Pixar with Inside Out 2. I think that was more for us than it was for the kids.
I
really do think it was more for us. But you know, everybody really just had such a great representation of what anxiety looks like.
Yeah.
And so, you know, having these tools to kind of ground yourself and bring yourself back and say, okay, today can be a yay if I just take a breath. Like it was hard, but I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna cry if I need to. I always say I laugh until I cry and cry until I laugh again.
Period.
I watch something funny. Maybe I'll go for a walk, you know, touch grass. There's a lot of people that need to touch grass.
Look,
there's a lot of people that need to
just touch the grass.
Woo.
Like you just, even if you just like braise it, you just touch it.
Some people need to
just get some grounding.
You know, people being an influencer is interesting. People just be saying whatever they feel like they want to say.
Look,
online.
talk about it,
and
it's just weird.
Like, you do realize I'm an actual person, right?
Yeah.
Did you forget I was a human being? And they just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just send this message to you. Take that, and I'm gonna touch grass.
It's literally
touch grass, breathe air. Get out and see other people.
Yeah.
You clearly have not been around humanity.
Why are you focused on me?
You're doing a lot.
Exactly.
You're doing a lot. So, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Like, how do you advise people to find the light in hustle culture?
Ooh, okay. So hustling, it's easy to get dark in hustle culture because you're always moving. Like the momentum is head down, you know, hands moving.
Yeah.
But the light is understanding that we are blessed with 24 hours in a day. And it sometimes it seems like a lot, sometimes it seems like a little, but not everybody has it. So just always remembering how grateful and blessed we are to have a day. And then remembering that if all you did today is, you know, come up with an idea, it's something that you didn't have yesterday. It's like there's a way to think about what good came from this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how you stay positive. So, you know, I write down in my journaling, I also try to write what I'm grateful for. Gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude gets you a long way. And remembering that, like, we're magicians. We are, as creatives, we are literally making something out of nothing. And that's magical. That should be celebrated. We unicorns. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
So,
Period. So what is next for you and what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Ooh, okay. What's next for me? I got some new music coming out.
Okay.
Finally back in the studio.
Okay.
So it's a good song. I'm really excited about it. I have some films coming out. So right now I have Barry Brewer Jr.'s film that's streaming on Tubi called Left on Red. I'm in that. He has another film that's coming out called Stand By that I'm in.
Okay,
the OG Boot Camp. Shout out to Azana. She is an amazing, I forgot to mention her earlier, but she is an amazing Chicago filmmaker and writer, director. I was obsessed with her. I followed her for years and I was so excited when I got the call to audition for her film. I was just like, and I got to act alongside Giovanni Samuels.
Oh my goodness.
Which was fantastic. And she's become such a great friend of mine. And so her film, The OG Boot Camp, is going to be coming out. And it is talking about the orgasm gap between heterosexual couples. Wow. And I think it's such an important film. And I know that's like super left, right? It's like, oh, Chris, you're so family friendly. And yes, I am family friendly. Let me say this directly into the camera. You know how you get your families? You get intimate. You know what I'm saying? And somebody who was married for 6 years and was dissatisfied, we need to talk about it so that we can have happy families that live on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just put that out there.
Girl, I love you.
One more time, just so I can like zoom.
All right.
We can zoom in.
You got it. We'll do it in post.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the OG Boot Camp is coming out, and I'm really excited about that. It's a discussion that needs to be had.
Yeah.
Especially for married couples.
Yes.
Especially for married couples. So I'm super
that.
excited about that film. We may have some exciting news that I can't exactly share yet, but
goodness.
There may be a move in my future. There may be a move in my future. So just just new things, new chapters, seeing just, it would be a temporary. Chicago is always home, but just some new collaborations, new content, a lot of cool things coming up. And then the legacy, I always want to leave a legacy of love.
Yeah.
That is always my thing. Like I want, when I'm gone, for people to say, man, Christal was love.
Yeah.
That's it. If people knew that they were loved, and that's something that I post a lot online, on my Facebook, on Threads, on my Instagram, like, I love you. And if you're watching this and nobody has told you today, I love you. Maybe I don't know you. It doesn't matter. I love you anyway.
Period. Yeah. So you literally are the essence of everyday's yay. How do you make your everyday a yay?
If I can make somebody feel loved in a day, then it's a yay for me.
Come on now. Give it up for Christal Luster. Woo! All right, so how can we support you?
Book me, please.
Book her yesterday.
No, connect with me on all of my social platforms at Christal Luster, spelled Christal. Luster is the shiniest name you'll ever see. Yes. And yes, I am available for booking. I do hosting, I do speaking, I'm an actress, I am a singer, I'm a writer, I'm all the things. And I love to help enhance experiences. So I would definitely love to continue to collaborate with brands, with events, with experiences, and shine a light.
Yes. Give it up again. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being on the show. Y'all, wasn't this amazing? Yes. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in to another amazing, fantastic, yay-tastic episode of Everyday's Yay. And remember, you have the power to make every day a yay.